I'd like to welcome everyone to the May 2023 meeting of the Fall River Traffic Board. I'd like to open with the open meeting law. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made whether perceived or unperceived by those present and/or deemed acknowledged and permissible. At this time, anybody that's here for citizens' input may come forward. No one?
I mean, I'll ask you a question. No, citizens input. As far as what is discussed,
But if you have a issue that's on the agenda, you'll be called at the
Yeah, okay.
at the appropriate time.
okay.
Okay.
I'll talk to you another time.
Very well, very well. Okay, approval of the minutes. At this time, we'll entertain a motion for the approval of last month's minutes.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion, the minutes will be placed on file. Attendance, roll call, commissioners,
Helen Rego?
Natalie Mello.
Charles Denmead. Present.
What's your name?
She's recording. And we all know who that is.
I don't have a name.
She's anonymous. Okay. At this time, we're going to proceed to curb cuts. Number one, is, yeah, right here. Number one is Richard Aguirre, 1500 President Avenue. Curb cut to be extended by 8 feet. Any, you asked for opponents?
Nope.
Nope, nope.
That's it, Thompson.
Okay. At this time, I'll entertain a motion.
The only question I
Oh,
have,
any questions?
Charlie,
Yeah,
isn't this a new sidewalk and they're gonna
No.
break this up?
Yeah, it's, the reason why they're doing that is because they're doing the road. So they're actually digging up all that curb cut and everything. So at the same time, when they put it back, they'll already give them the footage that they need.
Okay.
yeah, traditionally, I mean, all these curb cuts are approved by the city engineer, and all of them will be restored back to their present, or more improved condition.
Correct.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Accepted. Second curb cut on our agenda is Scott and April Cabral, 402 Courtney Street, to have their curb extended by 13 feet. Also approved by the city engineer department.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Our third and final curb cut on our agenda. Fidel Estrella, 53 California Street, to be relocated, I believe. This one's to be relocated. The present cut will be closed and presented on the other side. Okay, we have presentation. Good
Yes,
evening.
my name is Peter Solino. I'm a lawyer with offices at 550 Locust Street. I represent the petitioner. This curb cut is incident to a site plan review and a zoning variance, so that's why I'm appearing if there are any specific questions. Real high level, it's an existing structure at 53 California Street. My client intends to build an addition on the west side of the home. There's a 22-foot curb cut there now at the driveway, which is intended to be closed. And then he's building a garage on the east side of the home. It's a 3-car garage. And he's looking for a 25-foot curb cut. So the net increase is 3 feet.
Correct. I was reviewing the layout that was presented in the packet here, and it clearly sees the closure on the existing driveway and the presentation of the proposed cut.
Yes.
All right, at this time, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you very much.
Now we'll move on to request for handicap spaces. I just want to put out a reminder that even if we place out or approve handicap signage, anyone with a placard can park in these places and in these spots once they're erected, okay? So even if you receive a placard, it does not mean that that particular place is your space. So anyone, a visitor to that neighborhood or a neighbor can also park in that spot, okay? Just want to remind everybody that, you know, that's the present law, okay?
I'm gonna do that. And then anyone that's here for a handicap spot and you are approved today, what'll happen is you'll see the maintenance guys go down to your area and measure the area as close as possible to the entrance and exit that you use. Those measurements will then go to city council and it'll be referred to ordinance. So the process can take anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks before you see the poles up.
Very good. Okay, our first request is Mark Graham, 486 3rd Street, Fall River, Mass.
He's got dialysis on his wife.
Okay. That's
That's okay.
acceptable, right?
Yeah, because
Okay.
they told me he could. He has dialysis on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, unfortunately, 4 to 7:30.
No,
8 o'clock.
absolutely understandable, understandable.
We shouldn't have to wait, can we?
Oh, no, we're not waiting.
Any questions on this?
But,
No? All right, I'll entertain a
Motion to
motion.
approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
good luck.
Thanks, I need it.
Second, application for placard is, handicap spaces is, 578 Division Street, Mr. Elsner. You present? All right, very good. Any of the commissioners have any questions on this application?
Motion to approve.
Do we hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Accepted. Thank you, Mr. Elsner. Third request is 95 June Street, Georgelina Cody. And with Miss Cody today is her great-granddaughter. Do we have any questions or concerns regarding 95 June Street?
Motion to approve?
Do we have a
Second.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All set, Mr. Cody. Number four is Mr. Nathan De Silva, 86 Palmer Street, Fall River. Mr. De Silva? Okay. commissioners have any questions or concerns regarding Mr. De Silva's application?
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. De Silva? All set? Fifth application is 24 Acacia Street, Miss Madeline Moniz. Any of the
She's a
commission?
homeowner, they're a homeowner.
Right.
Motion to deny.
Motion to deny. I have a motion to deny on the floor. Do we have a second?
Only because there's a driveway and it's a dead-end street.
Eddie, I have amputated, and it's on an inclination. I've fallen a few times because it's like that. So when I come out and I try to get out, it's so inclined that without balance, I fell a few times.
It's a policy that you're a homeowner, you have a driveway,
Can I add?
can't have it.
Okay.
Must be in a
I mean,
dead-end
I helped her
street.
2 times and she stumbled. And as of now, I just had pancreatic surgery where I can't even help her, to be honest with you. But it's like, we've had that incline where she stumbled a few times and fallen, and I've had to help her out, stuff like that, to get her there. But, yeah, I mean, we both own the home together, you know?
We understand that, but unfortunately, you do for one, we have to do for all. And because you do have a driveway, and because it is a dead-end street, we just can't do it. I apologize.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Honey. You see, we have Nathan parking all the time, in and out of.
What's fair is fair.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, to formalize the vote, okay, we have a motion on the floor to deny, second. Do we have a second?
I'm a second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
Only
denied,
because that's a big driveway and it's a dead-end street, Charlie.
No,
Open
no,
up
we
a
just,
can of worms.
no,
Yeah.
we just, have to make it official.
I feel bad, but that's just,
No, I understand that, and, you know,
you
you're
do for
correct.
one, you do for all.
It's correct, the driveway appears to be pretty level, and, you know,
Right.
You know, you're right, you have to stay, to a standard.
Yes.
Okay, on our 6th application, 56 Hamlet Street, Mr. Robert Robidoux. Are you Mr. Robidoux? No? Mr. Robert Robidoux, 3rd time, Mr. Robert Robidoux. We'd like to entertain a motion to table.
Table.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye. And we will table this until next meeting. Okay. We have some miscellaneous items. And our first miscellaneous item is a request from M&A Convenience located at 229 Eastern Avenue
It's right here.
for time signs for business hours from Monday. Their business hours are from Monday from 6 to 11 p.m. Would you like to come up? And that way you can elaborate and just fill us in on what happens over there. I've gone to this store numerous times myself, and it's hard to get a spot out there.
Yeah, so
It really is.
it's street parking. Also, my dad asked me to ask that it's like, so you know how there's a curb usually, but it's also, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of paved like a driveway, if that makes sense. but I think I did speak to a traffic clerk, and they said that I could ask again here, but they said, most likely we still need a sign posted as far as anything parking related goes, but, again, I'm just asking again just to clarify, because my dad wanted me to double check in case we need a parking sign, or is that just gonna be used like as, like, you know, drive-in parking? I have pictures of it, because it's kind of weird to explain.
Yeah. Is it like a driveway and there's no curb? Is that what you're saying?
no curb, yeah.
He's the man. He knows.
So, you zoom
Yeah.
in, see how the curb just sort of ends,
Yep.
and then it begins right past that flag there.
Yeah, right over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's, they modify it over here, but,
Because quite often people just pull in a park here
yeah,
as opposed to parking on the street, so my dad just wanted me to ask in case.
yeah, they can modify it. There's a spot for it. They'll find a spot. If they choose to put a sign up,
Okay.
they'll get one in there. The procedure, how do we move forward with that if we choose to put a sign in there, Laura?
It'll depend on the measurements.
Yeah,
So when the guys go and measure,
you'd have
most
to
likely they
send
can
your
come out.
boys in there, take a peek. Because it is a busy, it's hard to get parking in there.
Yeah, because I think it's been closed for a few years since
Yeah.
COVID, but then
That's
our family bought
awful
it.
over there. That whole intersection there,
House is
the whole street. So it's Northeastern Avenue. I mean Eastern Avenue. From Northeastern, from New Boston Road all the way down, it's nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And over there is
It
even
is.
worse than what my section is. And I think, I've said this for a long time, Northeastern Avenue should have those resident signs that I sent to you, Laura, back in February, and now in that section needs a lot of attention. More so because you got a lot of, like, 3-deckers, 6-deckers,
there's a lot of-
you got a convenience store, you got a dealership there, you know? So, yeah, it needs a lot of attention over there. And even the signage on, per mile, some little sections has 30, the next, I did my little research around that whole area. Some have 30, some have 25. It's like 25, then 30, 25, then 30.
yeah, this, we've been, city engineer, Mr. Aguirre, and, they've been looking into that area to do some work in the future, but, yeah, I'll make a motion that we, traffic take a look, over there and, try to find, the right spot to put some signage and,
Motion to
maybe,
approve.
lighten it up so that we can get some parking over there, because, right where that is, there's really no convenient place to stop and to get anything until you get either one way all the way down and either back.
Yep.
And, it's really gonna hurt the business if we can't get parking in there,
Yep, I agree.
okay? So I'll make a motion that, we move traffic and to see if they can put some signage up there,
Second.
all right?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
So, I'm sorry, can I ask, what would like the next steps be? Now we just wait for it to like process and,
It's forever, it's gonna, move in, she's gonna send her crew out there, they're gonna look at the area and, see if, where they can, put up some signage, and she'll be in contact with you.
okay.
She's the one that does all the heavy lifting over there.
Gotcha.
Not me, her.
Yeah, she's gonna do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, what'll happen is
First time.
because it's time signs, it's gonna take a little bit longer than the handicap, because handicap is considered emergency preamp.
Yeah.
But the same procedure follows for you. They'll go down there, they'll measure it, send me the measurements, we'll send it to council. The only difference is once it's approved in ordinance, it has to go to first reading, second reading. So you might be about 8 to 9 weeks.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, take care.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Second, request we have on our agenda is a study of traffic on Branch Street, the narrowness of Branch Street from Second to John.
I don't have that
And
here.
Yeah, we-
It's on your agenda,
Yeah, it's on the agenda.
on the back page.
I had it on my phone.
Just below the, request for handicap spaces. Right on
It
the
says
bottom.
miscellaneous.
Okay.
Nope, the other page. There you go.
Right here, I got this one here.
No, you're looking at the wrong one, I think. Oh, yeah, you're right.
You wanna pick that up, Laura?
Yeah, so what happened was, the mayor asked me if I could go take a look at Branch Street, because several residents approached him to make it into a one-way. I went down there and I visited from Second Street to John Street, and there was a section where Corky Row is that I had to actually go onto the sidewalk for a car to get by. So it is very narrow. So right now, there is no parking on the south side, but there is parking on the north side. I spoke to the police department and the fire department. They're both have no issues. They're surprised that it hasn't been done before. So the recommendation of the traffic department is to make it a one-way from Second to John, because John is a one-way and people would have to travel too much to get, back to Branch Street. If the board there's no questions from the board, then we have to notify all the residents to come to a meeting.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I support it.
Should have been a one-way a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Well, we have to make a motion
Oh.
to table it.
Oh, we have to table it
Table,
first.
motion
And
to
then
table.
next month, I'll invite all the,
That's right.
Very good.
Okay,
So a motion to table is on the,
yep,
On the
okay.
table.
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
All right. And our third request is for a resident that lives near the intersection of High Street, is from a resident at the intersection of High and Locust. And from what I understand from Laura, is that this has come up in the past. The intersection of Locust and High, there is stop signs on both sides of Locust and no stop sign on High. But there is one on Walnut. And the request is to put one on High. In my feeling, and was the feeling in the past, when this came up before, is I think it would bottleneck the traffic between Locust and Walnut Street. I think, in my opinion, I feel it's mainly the people that are speeding up High Street, and you just have to control that. How many times have we traveled up Locust Street and down Locust Street, and, you just have to be a little more cautious, and it's the speeding. A lot of it, I have it in front of my house on Palmer and Vale.
The
it's-
speeding's out of control in the city. I'm sure it's like everywhere else too. But I know in the past that the officers and the lieutenants and the sergeants, they think it's more of a hazardous to put a stop sign in.
They check up on the brakes.
Yeah, and then, also, they mentioned something about, insurance-wise, sometimes that people don't realize, but they're gonna get tagged
Yeah.
harder. I don't know how to explain that, but,
Yeah.
Officer Farris would. So, I don't know how I feel about putting a stop sign there. Maybe they need to come in front of us. Maybe
Yeah.
we can table it until the officers are here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Table it until maybe we get Officer Farris here and
He's the
Officer Duarte,
professional.
and maybe let them voice their opinion on it.
Yeah, he's the professional. He would, that's what he does. That's his
Yeah.
job.
All right, we'll entertain a motion to table. Do I have so now you made a
Motion
motion
to
to
table.
table?
Ellen? Table, second.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Table that. We'll let them weigh in on that.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that concludes our business for this afternoon. There's nothing to rescind.
no.
I think we're complete. Is there anything else, Laura?
Nope.
No?
I just have a question.
Yeah.
I was coming from Stop and Shop earlier this morning, and just reminded me, their crosswalks, Laura, you can't see it,
Where?
on Plymouth Avenue, and is that Rodman Street, where Stop and Shop is, and the gas station, Walgreens?
Yes.
It needs attention big time.
The only thing is that was fixed, if you're talking about Plymouth Avenue and Rodman, Ferrera Construction did a lot of things there, they're gonna go back,
It's
and
bad.
they're gonna do the striping.
Right, because it's, maybe you need to give them a call, because you
Well,
got so many
they'll
people
probably
walking.
schedule it, yeah,
So
I know
maybe the
they'll
mayor's
probably
office can
schedule.
call them and tell them that needs
Yeah.
attention,
Well, they're not gonna do just that crosswalk, they're gonna
Right.
do all
There
the
was a whole
crosswalk that
bunch.
they touched, yeah,
right in that section. At least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
yeah.
That's,
That particular
area
intersection,
is
it's gonna be
crazy.
Ferrera Construction that's gonna do it.
Okay, talk about striping. You got this Sullivan, whatever you call this.
Sullivan Drive.
Then you've got the courthouse. You've got that curve from Second Street. That's, what is that? Which street coming out there?
Spring. There's
No,
Spring
no,
and Second.
before that, right near the courthouse.
Third,
The street right after this.
second?
Second, and then you got the street, what is that?
Borden.
Borden and Second. Now, I had trouble, I had to stop, because they just crossed, these people just crossing there. I think you need striping so they can walk on the striping, the people going into
yeah, I
the.
can't put any new striping, it's whatever's there. We
There's
did, we
none.
did, okay, so if there's none, I can't put, is there, is it faded?
I don't think there's any, I'm gonna look when
Yeah,
I
I
go
can't
back.
do it, to do a new
Just walk right
crosswalk,
in the
you have
middle.
to have
She-
a curb
And then she
cut.
goes like this, you gotta stop, you're the lady, look where you're.
Yeah, we'll look at that. I know we just started striping this week, we're down at the Water Street right now, because there's gonna be a lot of activity down there.
You're
for the
gonna
whole
probably
month.
need more help to be doing a lot of striping.
Well, I
You only have like 2 guys.
Yeah, so,
The way things are, you wouldn't need more than
Yeah,
that.
well,
they're
you
busy.
can't, you know,
Yeah.
you have
They-
2 guys.
They work well together.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're doing Water Street first, and then they already have a list of what locations to go.
Yeah.
All right, is this, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.